Man, that's some beautiful water there. Hey guys, Blaumagier here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Dragon Quest V, Hand of the Heavenly Bride. In this episode we're going to head into the Santa Rosa Cave, also known as the Wheelbrook Adit, according to the DS translation. But first, when I promised monster bios earlier in this Let's Play, this is what I had in mind. This here is the monster box, an item that will be obtained later in the game, which I will detail how to get when we get to that point. It does have an equivalent in the DS version. It doesn't look near as cool, but it's called the Big Book of Beasts, and it is obtained in the exact same manner. It replaces the monster box entirely. There is no such item for the Super Famicom version. In these monster bios, you may hear me say that a monster is permanently missable. This isn't entirely true, as I believe all of these monsters can be encountered on Sugoroku boards, but that is an incredibly time-consuming method to encounter them, and I highly recommend that if you want bestiary completion, to go ahead and encounter them when they are regular encounters. Just keep in mind that unlike in Dragon Quest IV, there is no reward in Dragon Quest V for actually completing the bestiary, and also if you're playing the DS version, just like in Dragon Quest IV, you'll have to either get the drop or defeat a certain number of the same monster to obtain the drop. It was 10 in Dragon Quest IV, I believe it is 20 in Dragon Quest V. Anyways, first up in the Santa Rosa Cave is the Slime. This is your basic monster. Its only ability is a physical attack. It's weak all around and presents no real threat, even in groups. Next up is the Thorn Kid. This monster is only slightly more powerful than a slime, but it can explode for decent damage when it gets low on health. This monster is a permanently missable entry in the monster box, and it is only found here in the Santa Rosa Cave. Next up is the Cicada Mole. This monster presents no real threat, but will often try to leave you open to attack from other monsters by defending and hanging around longer. This monster is another permanently missable entry in the bestiary and is only found here in the Santa Rosa Cave. Next up we have the Draki. For early in the game with only your main character, this monster poses a definite threat. It is more powerful than the previous monsters, boasting both a higher attack and higher HP. Beware of groups of these. Next up is the Mallet Gopher. This monster is peculiar in that it usually misses, but when it does hit, it will do a critical hit basically. It's only a threat when it hits, so you can take your chances with taking it out first or hoping that it misses. And last in the Santa Rosa Cave we have the Horned Rabbit. This monster has high HP and attack like the Draki, but not much else besides being somewhat rare in this particular location. Alright, now that the monster bios are out of the way, I can go through this cave without really stopping to talk about the monsters. It'll give me a lot more relaxed pace to go through this game. And we'll see how things go. It gives me a chance to talk about more things in the game without stopping to talk about monsters at every single battle I go through. So this first cave, it's not too long. I think there's 3 floors to it, and as you can see, it's pretty easy to get through it, at least so far. You can see that raft over there where Papa's went into the cave. Wonder what he's doing over there. I believe there's some treasure over this way. 50 gold, that'll help later on. Oh yeah, one important thing to note here. I bet that's where Papa's went. But one important thing to note here is in the first generation of this game, and spoilers, go through more than one generation, but in the first generation here, the game really treats you like a little kid. It holds your hand like the whole way through. As such, you can die, but you don't actually die. Like, somebody comes and rescues you before you die. So you don't lose half your money while you're a child if you die, which is a really cool thing, especially if you're having trouble with it. But that's just something to keep in mind there. And you can go out and farm money for equipment without worry of losing half of your money here. Which is a good thing too, because if I'm not mistaken, there's no banks anywhere to deposit your money in this generation. Alright, leather shield. Nice. That will definitely help if I run into more Drakies. These Drakies are bad news. And we got a sign up there. I kind of don't want to read the signs because, you know, the main character can't read. And in the DS version, it actually wouldn't tell you what the sign says. But I'm really never going to come back through here after I get done here, so for the sake of the translation, I will go ahead and read the sign. Danger! Do not enter. Appears to be written here. Unfortunately, Joshua hasn't learned to read yet. Ain't that a bummer? Now, you should have enough medicinal herbs to make it all the way through this cave, get all the treasures, and get back out, but yeah, you can always get unlucky. And if you run into too many Drakies, or these guys get some lucky hits on you. I hate fighting these guys. I mean, they miss a lot, but every now and then they get one of those on you. That sucks. Oh well, at least I'll get the most out of my medicinal herb here. Wow, I'm getting a lot of encounters here. Oh, at least I took him by surprise. Now, Dragon Quest V is a really fun game. It's definitely, well, I can't say it's objectively the most popular Dragon Quest game, but it certainly seems like it's the most popular Dragon Quest game among English-speaking audiences. I know for the most part people say that Dragon Quest V or 8 is their favorite. Me, my favorite's 4. I already played through it. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing it. I 100%ed it too. I actually hadn't 100%ed the DS version previously to that. Alright, nothing over there. Oh crap. 3 Drakies? I don't know if I'm gonna survive this one. But whatever. No reason to run away. I got medicinal herbs. Still. I think I got 2 left. There we go. I better go ahead and use one. Oh, I got 2 left. Draki's pretty dangerous early on here. Not good news, that's for sure. Alright! Joshua reached level 4. Nice. And we learned heal. That will definitely come in handy. Of course, right now we have no MP. Because before we learned heal, we didn't have any spells. And I'm going to ignore the dwarf-looking guy with the boulder sitting on him to get this treasure, because in the end, treasure is more important than saving dwarves. I think we can all agree on that. And in the interest of finding more treasure, I'm going to ignore him once more to go down this pathway that is past him After I take care of these monsters. Looks like now I can one-shot the Drakies, so that'll definitely be helpful. And over here... Don't hurt me, please. I'm not really a bad little slime. I know. I'll tell you something helpful. If you need to search lots of stuff quickly, just use the triangle button. I told everybody that in episode 1. You're 2 episodes behind. What is wrong with you, slime? I ought to turn you into a little pile of goo for that. Well, I guess you already are a pile of goo, but... whatever. Good news, we're almost done with the dungeon. And this dude is asleep with a rock on him. Huh? What? Where? Guess I dozed off after lying here for so long. I was walking about when this huge boulder fell and landed on me. I hate to bother you, but won't you give this here rock a little bit of a push, little boy? Looks like with a little room, I just might be able to squeeze out. Joshua investigates the boulder. It's pretty heavy, but there just might be a way to move it. Try to push the rock? Yeah. Joshua pushed the boulder with all his might. Phew. Praise the Lord. And thank you too, little boy. Now I can deliver this medicine to Duncan's wife. Duncan's wife, coincidentally, does not have a name, and that's why everybody calls her Duncan's wife. Oops, no time for dilly-dallying. I've got to get back and mix up these herbs. And he runs off without even rewarding you. What a cheapskate. Oh hey, there's something on the boulder. Found holy ore. That might come in handy later. Come to think of it, wasn't there a guy outside that mentioned something about holy ore? Maybe I ought to go show it to him. After I get out of this dungeon filled with deadly Drakies. So that about does it for the first dungeon. The Wheelbrook Adit, or Santa Rosa Cave, whatever you want to call it. You may have already seen it, but I'm planning to put both the PS2 name and the DS name for all locations at the top of the screen the first time I enter them. As far as I know, all the locations have the same name in any version of the Super Famicom translation and the PS2 translation. So that shouldn't really be an issue. Like, I know for a fact that Santa Rosa is Santa Rosa in the Super Famicom version, but it's Wheelbrook in the DS version. That's Santa Rosa in this version. Alright, let's see if I can actually get out of this cave without dying. Looks like I might, if this battle isn't too rough. Yeah, one thing I will note about these cicada moles is it's kind of a crapshoot if you end up in a fight against 2 of them, because you can't control which monster you attack when monsters appear in a group. So you might attack the one that's defending, you might not. And that does it for the Santa Rosa Cave, or Wheelbrook Adit. I guess from now on I'll just call locations by their PS2 name, since that's the version I'm playing. They'll probably make confusion a little bit less. Anyways, I'm going to end this episode here, so I will see you guys next time. Later.